Good day, friends. Thank you for making time to watch this video clip this day, dubbed the pit stop. What is a pit stop? A pit stop is a time of break or rest away from a race, usually used in those very fast driven cars. Pit stop is equivalent of what we also call half time or a timeout in other sports, and it's a necessary thing in any endeavor, not just in a sports challenge. And so I want us to invite us to this brief chat on the same, and even as you do so, keep reflecting about your own year and your own life. Why do we need a pit stop? Why do we need a break? One author called Stephen R. Covey has written a very famous book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Talks about personal effectiveness. And in speaking about that, he says that for us to be effective, we have to balance two things. One, productivity or being able to do things, but also plus the productivity capacity or production capacity, what he calls a PPC. That implies that for you to stay productive, for you to retain the pace at which you want to go and be able to arrive all the way to the end, you must have the capacity maintained within you. And that is why we service our cars. That is why we spend time out just to be able to refresh and be able to ensure that we can go all the way. One New Testament writer writes and says, there are two kinds of people in a race. There are those that run aimlessly, those that run without any sense of discipline. And the challenge for them is that they don't get the prize. However, those who are more systemic, those who are more disciplined, those who are more intentional, they are able to run not just for the race itself, but to be able to win a prize. And this is part of the reason why a time of reflection, a time of refocusing, a time of restrategizing is important for all of us. And therefore, you will notice that every other time you're running a race, every other time you are involved in a game, it is useful that you stop, pause, and consider the next phase and any adjustments that you want to make. Now, I'm sure by the time you watch this, it's probably past half of the year. And you could be asking yourself, how are you doing? Or better still, are you in line with the race that you had set for yourself as you began the year? And that is the same question that I'm asking you today. How well are you doing? How far off are you from track? And this is the value of pit stop. And I want to challenge you to spend some time, could be 30 minutes, could be 1 hour, and look at two aspects of your life. The first aspect that I would like you to look at is considering the aspirations and the plans that you had at the beginning of the year. How well are you doing? Somebody has remarked and said that the race is won in the second half. So it doesn't matter how well you did in the first half. There could be things that could go wrong. But like we advised, if you are a disciplined player or runner, if you spend some time and reflect, you'll see some adjustments that you may need to make. You'll see areas that you may need to focus on. So I call that refocus. You could see some tact that you need to change. That is re-strategizing, so that then you're able to make the best out of this half. Because like I said, if you make the best, if you're disciplined, if you're more intentional about this second half of the year, then there's a chance that you'll be able to get the better out of it. At the second level of your life is yet another book that I read a while back. It's called Halftime. And this book, the author, Bob Buford, subdivides our entire life into two broad phases. In the first phase of our lives, our focus is our own success. In the second phase, our focus is others, a sense of legacy, a sense of desiring to have impact beyond our own life, what he calls significance. So again, a question that I would like to pose to you. Would you say that you have just been focused on your own individual success, or would you say that you have been focused on impacting other people, having a life that is beyond you, looking at the larger community, looking at the society at large, at national, at community, or at global level? That, in my opinion, is a good space to be able to operate at, because it would imply that you're looking at a life beyond the time or beyond the age that you're going to have here on earth. So, significance over success. And so, friends, you agree with me that for you to put all this into perspective, you may need to just spend some time, sit quiet, outside, beyond and outside of the crowds, and to be able to reflect and ask yourself, question number one, is my life just focused on success for myself or success for the wider community? Looking at your own life aspirations or life desires for a legacy, what we call significant. Question number two, considering the thoughts or the aspirations that I had this year, how well am I doing? And then question number three, based on what I have seen altogether, do I need to change tact, re-strategize, or do I need to focus on a few things, re-strategize, and just be able to refocus your energies? Or better still, do I need to maybe discard all things together and craft a new strategy altogether? Remember where we started from this, the pit stop. Why does that first car stop? It stops to be able to refuel. It stops to be able to change any tires or fix any mechanical challenges so that it can drive all the way to the rest of the distance. So take some time, take stock of your journey, and change tact if you need to. Thank you very much. I request that if you like this, please feel free to interact with us on the comment section. We'll be glad to reply, and also share, like, and subscribe, and put the bell icon notification so that you'll receive alerts when similar content is uploaded. Thank you, and God bless you.